Now, him and Charlamagne absolutely go in on the woke left for their idiotic gender identity stance. Watch.
Remember when there was like these stories of like the drag queens teaching teaching kids how to read?
Yes.
And if a dad or mom goes, why are there drag queens teaching kids how to read?
Don't call me homophobic,
Transphobic.
transphobic, because of that shit.
Explain that shit. It's weird. It's not like we ain't all go to kindergarten.
And that's what I was saying just a second ago. You can't shove your wildly radical, non-scientific, anti-reality worldview down everybody's throats forcibly, and then when we simply ask a question about it, we get shut down and labeled transphobic or a bigot and canceled. People are getting their kids taken away, people are getting fired from work, all because they don't use the appropriate pronouns. And if not to illustrate Andrew's point exactly, his liberal producer interrupts and does the exact same thing that lost the Democrats the election. He tells him what he's concerned about isn't actually a concern. And Andrew tells him this is why Trump got elected, because your party is full of people with this same stupid attitude. Watch.
And maybe this makes me pretentious, maybe it makes me elitist. I just don't think it really, look, I just talk.
No, Chris, I want you to finish what you're about to say. You don't think it what?
Impacts people's lives in a real way.
But it impacted the election.
Okay.
Even if it don't impact your life, it impacted the election.
When you say it doesn't impact people's lives, may I finish?
It doesn't.
May I finish?
Yeah.
If you just double down. What you're telling me, this is the messaging I get, right?
Right.
I'm telling you, this is a deal to me. And what you're telling me is that I'm weird. This is the pretentiousness that is so baked into Democratic politics that drives people crazy. I'm telling you, hey, I don't understand this and it makes me feel a little uncomfortable. And you're going, no one really cares about this. This is not a big deal.
Right.
What does you care about
It's like shut up and dribble.
Shut your mouth and dribble.
Because I'm asking questions?
And the second you do that to the majority of the country, which is what you're doing, they start going, man, fuck these guys. Let's Trump fix this whole shit. These motherfuckers went too far. I can't even ask a question. When I do, they act like I'm stupid.
He is 1,000% right. And that is why you saw Trump gain massively in all the blue states, in all the red states, in all the blue cities, amongst all demographic groups. Because people were fed up with being told that they had to think a certain way, had to speak a certain way, that their elementary school kids had to be talked to and indoctrinated by adults about gender and sexual identity, and the parents had no say in it, and if they even questioned it, then they were the transphobic homophobes. They voted for somebody who was going to push back against this nonsense with absolutely no remorse, and who was talking to them about the problems that they faced economically and with the border, and not just telling them that they're crazy and that these issues don't even exist and things are actually so good, just look at the stats and the studies.